Welcome, healthy friends, to the Reality of Health podcast. You know, you always hear about the thyroid, and yet no one ever really knows what it's for or why you need to worry about it. It's one of your master glands. Your thyroid is so important. It is more involved with your life all the way down to your cells than you may realize. We will take care of all kinds of things in our life with such detail, but we never take care of our bodies with such detail. Isn't that true? We just assume it's gonna take care of itself. Well, guess what? Seems like that for a little while until finally it doesn't. Then you're looking for answers. First thing you do is nourish the tissues of your body if you want good health. Next, get rid of toxins that interrupt the tissues of your body because those will inhibit your good health. People think about their thyroid and iodine and that's pretty much it. Well, guess what? Your thyroid needs other nutrients as well. It needs a high protein and high fat diet. It uses protein and fat to make hormones. Those hormones then keep you alive and make you feel good. Yeah, iodine is super important, so is protein and other nutrients. I'm not going to get into all the stuff you need and get into a whole discussion about all the different types of hormones because, well, that's boring. We're going to make it simple and straightforward. It's not just about metabolism because that's all you ever hear about your thyroid. It's much more awesome than that. There's other things that it does. But yeah, of course, metabolism, well, it's the start. I mean, it is life. So it's easy to put a lot of weight on the thyroid because metabolism is that important. What is metabolism? It's the cycle of all things from food to water to energy to regeneration in your body. It regulates the processes of all the systems of the body because it uses nutrients to make hormones that either wake you up, put you to sleep, help you to recover, all the way to how you respond to illnesses, and on and on. For women, it runs your cycle or your menopause. And for men, our reproductive system. You want good sex? Then take care of your thyroid. For women, you shouldn't have symptoms from your cycle. You see, when the thyroid is getting plenty of iodine and good fats, then it can signal the adrenals and sex glands to produce the sex hormones needed for not only to create your sex drive, but also your ability to repair your body, or if you're very young, to create your body from a baby to an adult. Estrogen and testosterone are very, very important. They're actually more important than you've ever been told. If a woman does not consume enough good fat from animal sources and plenty of cholesterol, then she will have symptoms of her cycle and symptoms of menopause. The menstrual cycle and the menopause symptoms are all just an adrenal issue. Women are not supposed to experience symptoms of your cycle or menopause unless their adrenals are out of whack. If you want more information on that, look up Dr. Elizabeth Bright. She's an osteopath who specializes in women's health. She has tons of experience with this. You can listen to her on YouTube and other podcasts, but she's figured it out. For men, we can have a low sex drive, erectile dysfunction, less strength, even weight gain, and low immunity, just to name a few. The enemy of your thyroid is actually high stress from either physical stress, yeah, that's too much exercise, emotional stress, because it rapidly uses up the cholesterol, and then it increases cortisol and adrenaline. Those will eat up all your cholesterol and inhibit your utilization of iodine in order to make thyroid hormones. I know that was a lot. I'll get into it. So if you are someone who works out a lot or is highly stressed, well, your need for cholesterol is going to go way up. I've always said, fat keeps you alive and cholesterol makes you healthy. Without that good fat and cholesterol, you can't make hormones. No hormones, no good health. Really, Eric? Yeah, your brain is 80% water. That's why water's important. And it's 20% fat. Really? It is. It's cholesterol that makes up your brain. If you do not get quality water and quality fats in your diet, your brain does not function properly. Without those fats and cholesterol, your glands cannot create enough hormones for all the systems that run your body. Low cholesterol equals low health. That's a fact. Many functional doctors say that the higher cholesterol people are healthier. The lower cholesterol people are worse. The lower the cholesterol, you can't make hormones. Hormones make you feel good in so many ways. So if you're going to use up cholesterol from stress, then you don't get any good hormones that you need because you keep creating the bad ones. If you're in a low stress state, or if you learn how to recover from exercise, then you have cholesterol in order to make good hormones so that you're healthier and you feel good each and every day. Hormones are made out of cholesterol. They are not made out of carbohydrates or sugar. More sugar that you consume, the more you interrupt the fat and cholesterol cycle of your body. That then makes weight gain. Then you age and you feel terrible. High protein, high fat diets make you feel good. Ask anybody who's doing it. When you lower your calories, you starve yourself. Calories referring to fat. Then you can't make hormones or all the basic structures of your body. Then you'll start feeling terrible. Of course, your weight's going to go down because you're starving. You have no metabolism because your body is in an emergency mode. It's going to protect the main areas of your body first. You have nothing left to do all the other stuff like grow hair or good skin or good eyesight, teeth, sex drive, high energy levels. You are in a highly stressed, sympathetic state trying to stay alive. Feed your thyroid, feed your health. Your thyroid works with your adrenals to run your nervous system and your response to stress. This keeps that whole system in check so that cortisol and adrenaline stay as much balanced as possible. You see, when cortisol goes up, which is a stress hormone, then your ability to utilize iodine to manufacture thyroid hormones goes down. If you work out too much or overstress, the body will produce too much adrenaline and also too much cortisol, which interferes with your repair because it interferes with iodine utilization from your thyroid. Your thyroid controls your weight from your body fat to inflammation. And inflammation can show up in your body as weight from excess water and all kinds of other excess fluids. And then if you have malnutrition and toxins, not only does that make you feel terrible, but in the process of those, you are lowering the quality of your health. And the lower you go, closer to death you get. Kings and rulers used to eat meat and animal foods, and the peasants had plant foods. If you were a peasant and you hunted the king's or ruler's animals, you were punished. Agriculture can increase a population, but it also makes you unhealthy because high protein, high fat not only builds your thyroid, but it builds every part of your body. You can consider your body to be structured water and fat and protein. That's what you are. You ever heard of a goitrogen? Well, they're in your food. They shut down your thyroid, and that causes all kinds of problems, which we've talked about. Guess what they're in? Cruciferous vegetables. Eric, what are cruciferous vegetables actually? All right, I'm glad you asked. Bok choy, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, collard greens, horseradish, kale, kohlrabi, mustard greens, rapeseed, which is canola oil, rutabagas, turnips. Then you have things like fruit and starchy plants, bamboo shoots, cassava, corn, lima beans, linseed, which is flaxseed oil, millet, peaches, peanuts, pears, pine nuts, strawberries, sweet potatoes. Thought sweet potatoes were healthy. Then you got all the soy garbage, tofu, tempeh, edamame, and the worst, soy milk. These inhibit your body's uptake of iodine and interfere with all the life-giving hormones the thyroid makes. And then that shuts down your thyroid. That's why they call them goitrogens. They know it shuts down your thyroid, and then they tell you to eat them because they're healthy. What? Healthy? How? If it interferes with my thyroid, which shuts down my metabolism, therefore I age and die, how is that healthy? You see? This is the reality. This is why you're listening to this podcast. Did you know that Liam Hemsworth put himself in the hospital from drinking spinach smoothies for 3 weeks? Just because it's a plant doesn't mean it's healthy. You need to know what you're consuming. Animal foods have 0 side effects. When you're not getting the proper nutrients for your thyroid, you can develop all kinds of symptoms. Those symptoms range from literally A to Z. I'm not trying to scare you. This is to help you decipher what you might need in your health journey. The things I talk about should make you want to find your answer. The things I talk about does not mean you have that situation causing your ill health. These situations that I talk about are possible causes. This is why you need to see a health practitioner that actually knows what they're doing. In the case of thyroid, there are multiple symptoms that can help you determine if your thyroid is not functioning properly. Body temperature. Well, low, not enough iodine. High, overactive adrenals. Your metabolism. Too high, too low, it's a cholesterol issue. Hair issues, bowel movement issues, cognition, that's hypothyroid. You need more ketones, which is fat. Skin issues, heart rate issues, and of course, goiter, which is just not enough iodine and too much fluoride, bromide, or chloride. Your thyroid will increase in size trying to get iodine. There are many more symptoms that you could experience. So what are you to do? Well, increase your iodine. Listen to my iodine episode. It was just 2 days ago. If you know you absolutely 100% have a thyroid issue, not just a shot in the dark because the doctor isn't sure, you actually did an iodine test, then these are basics to try first. Change your diet to high animal fat and high protein. Lower your carbs. Take an iodine supplement like I spoke about in the iodine episode. You could also do real desiccated thyroid. You can get this in pills. Don't use extract though. Just get the full stuff. Desiccated thyroid gives you all the essential nutrients that your thyroid can produce. You would only take this if you know your thyroid does not function properly, not because you're lacking in iodine, not because you get too much fluoride or chloride or bromide in your diet. This is when you have an actual diagnosis. Well, I appreciate you listening. I hope you learned a little more about your master gland, the thyroid. Very interesting gland. Thank you so much for listening. Take care of yourselves.